Hello, AshleySillyStar here, and today I wanted to answer the questions for the military spouse tag. And there's about 25 and I wrote them down, so I'm very excited. Let's go ahead and get started. Question number 1 is, what branch of the military is your spouse in? Corey is in the United States Marine Corps. Number 2 is, what is your spouse's MOS, the military occupational specialty? He is a weather forecaster, meteorologist. Number 3 is, where did your spouse go to basic training? He was at MCRD in San Diego, and for the Marine Corps, it's about 3 months long. Number 4 is, how did you and your spouse first meet? We first met when we were like 12 and 14 years old, and it was in youth group in church. Number 5, how long have you two been together? We started dating when I was about 16, and we dated for 2.5 years or something, and then we got engaged, and we've been married this last August for 6 years, so 8.5-ish years that we've been together now. Kind of crazy. Number 6 is, where are you two originally from? Corey was born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I was actually born in Mississippi, and then I've been kind of traveling around a little bit when I was a little kid because my dad was in the Navy, and both of my folks call Idaho, I think, home, and then when my parents got divorced, we moved to Utah, and that's how I first met Corey. And I was about 7 years old, and I've been there the longest, and so I would call Utah my home. So Salt Lake City, Utah is where we're both originally from. Number 7 is, how did your husband propose? I was still in high school at the time. I was 18 when we got married. Yes, it's young. And so that Memorial weekend, he planned to come home. And then he called me and he told me that he got in trouble and that he wasn't going to be able to make it home, the little liar. So Memorial weekend, he surprised me at school. I was speechless. I didn't know what to do. I was just so excited that he was home. And so a couple of days later, we had a family barbecue. And on our way to the barbecue, we were talking about how, he was almost done with the schoolhouse down in Mississippi, where I was born, actually, which is pretty cool, Keesler Air Force Base. And we discussed, it was like, all right, well, I want to live with you and move with you when you go to San Diego, when we go to Miramar. And we were like, okay, well, do you want to get married? And I was just like, is that a proposal? So, I mean, kind of that way. But then when we went to the barbecue, my mom was there, and we were both scared to tell everybody. So, I just went and I told my mom, I was like, so I think Corey and I are engaged. We're getting married. And she was like, well, did he bend on his knee? Did he give you a ring? Is this real? And I was like, yes, it's real, but he didn't really do all that stuff. And so his mom at the time didn't know yet. And so she came outside. My mom was like, Corey, you have to propose. You have to get down on one knee. And so he did, and it was in front of family and friends, and it was very, spontaneous kind of, so it all happened really quick. So that's how we got engaged. Next question is number 8. Where did you get married? We got married at this beautiful little southern castle, what I feel like to call it, Magnolia Grove, and it was in Utah. I love that place. Next question is number 9. How old were you when you got married? Like I said before, I was 18 and Corey was 20. Let's see. Number 10. Did your spouse wear his uniform at the wedding? Yes, he did, and he looked dashing. I love the alpha blues, I think is what they're called. I might be saying that wrong. But yeah, he wore that to the wedding, the same uniform he wears for the military balls, and he looked wonderful. Number 11 is, did you like the benefits of being a military spouse? Yes, I do. I mean, free health care and everything that goes along with that. The commissary prices can be expensive sometimes, but usually they're pretty okay, and we get coupons and stuff all the time. So yes, of course. Number 12, how long were you married for the first separation? So because Corey was still at the schoolhouse by the time we got married, he flew back home to Utah, and we got married a weekend in August, and then the next day he left back to Mississippi. So I don't know if that's like our first separation. That was about a month long. But I think we were married for 2 years, maybe a year and a half, when he had his first 6-month deployment. So yeah. Question number 13 is, how did you feel about him joining the military? I completely supported him 100%. I was totally on board with it. It was just shocking because when he was supposed to leave for boot camp, he kind of got bumped up and scheduled earlier, so he left a few months earlier, and I was just like, whoa, I didn't get, time prepared to do fun things and take pictures and hang out and stuff before you left. So that was like the only thing that I wasn't really like prepared and ready for. But yes, I completely supported him being in the military, and I hope that he makes it a career because I think this life is awesome. You get to travel and have all these fun adventures. So yes, I completely support him. Number 14, do you own any military spouse things? Well, I mean, I had a few t-shirts back in San Diego when we first started to when Marine Corps was like, oh, new and this is exciting and stuff. But now, not so much, really. I think I have like a few pictures from the ball up in the house, and I don't know. I think I have a coffee mug. Number 15, has he ever given you his dog tags? Well, he didn't give me his dog tags, but he made me a pair of my own that has like a cute little saying on it. I can't remember what it is now. Something like, I love you and I'm with you, or something cute like that. But one of the dog tags that goes in his boots, I think I actually took one of those one time, and it's in my wallet. So number 16, has your spouse ever been deployed? Yes, he is currently deployed right now. This is, I think, his 5th one or something. I don't know, I lose count. But yes, he has done 2 6-month deployments, and he's done a couple of month exercises, and this one he's on is like a 3-month thing. So yes, he's got some places under his belt. Number 17, do you think he looks good in his uniform? Duh! Absolutely, he looks so handsome. Yes, but with his alpha ones, of course. I love his camis as well, what he wears normal day for work. But he's so lazy and he just hates wearing it, so as soon as he comes home, he's like, get this off of me, I want to get in some basketball shorts and a jersey. But every time that we have something fancy to do, like Christmas or something, I have him stand by the tree so I can take a picture in his uniform, because I never see it in him because he takes it off as soon as he comes home. But I love it. I think it looks good. Let's see, what question was I on? Okay. Number 18, do you have a lot of military spouse friends? In the beginning, I really didn't have that many military spouse, wife friends, but just recently I started to make a few, and it's awesome. It's really great. It's fun to connect with other women that know exactly what you're going through and know how to talk and everything. So I have a handful, but I'm shy at making friends, so it's a little hard for me, so I don't have a whole lot, but yes, I do have a good little handful of girls I talk to. Number 19, hardest part, I'm gonna do that over. Number 19, hardest part of being a military spouse. I think that the hardest part would be just being away from familiar things like family and friends and home. I think that's the hardest part for me. I love exploring and I love traveling and stuff, but sometimes when you're going through something and you wish that someone was there close by to help you out. So I think that's the hardest thing. And I am so I love Facebook Messenger and calling and the internet and emails and everything. It's so much easier to contact family these days than it would have been, you know, a while ago with like letters and snail mail. So yes, grateful for the internet, but I think that's the hardest thing, is just being away from family. Number 20, has he ever surprised you for homecoming? Yeah, I mean, I kind of explained that for the engagement, but I have actually surprised him for homecoming. He thought it was just me that was going to be greeting him when he came home, but his mom and his grandma also showed up. So that was fun to kind of be like, oh, hey, family's here. So that was kind of cool. So I surprised him. Number 21, where are you currently stationed? We are in Okinawa, Japan. This is our second duty station. We were stationed in San Diego, California at Miramar for about 4 years. And we've been here for a year and a half or something like that. So, number 22, do you live on or off base? We live on base, and I like it. It's pretty nice. But when we were in San Diego, we were living off base, but in military housing. So, I mean, it was still the feel of it, but like we didn't have a gate that we had to go through or anything like that. And we moved around a lot in San Diego as well, like off base, like normal apartments and stuff. So I don't know which I really prefer. When we're in the States, I don't really mind where we live, but when we're in a whole other country, I would much rather live on base around other military families. I'm a little nervous and scared to live off base because I don't really know it. So I don't know, maybe if I like knew more information, I'd feel more comfortable about it. Number 23, how many military balls have you attended? I have attended 4 military balls, and coming up in a couple of months, actually, well, weeks, I don't know, but is going to be our 5th ball that we attend, so that's pretty exciting. And for each ball I have had a different color of dress. So I've had red, blue, pink, and like black and white sort of. So I'm hoping to get a new color this year, like yellow or purple or green. I don't know, I guess that's all I could do. I could do white, but a lot of people are like, oh, it looks too much like the wedding. So I don't know, maybe if I have like a weird off-white ivory color, I could do white. But yes, we have attended 4 balls, and we're about to attend our 5th. Number 24, ever been to a promotion ceremony? Yes, I have actually. I have been to 2 of his promotion ceremonies, and both times I actually had the chance to pin him on, so that's kind of special and cool. And it's very rewarding to be there. Number 25 is, does your spouse want to make this a career? We have talked about this back and forth, and he's kind of on the fence, and he, I think, is leaning more towards making it a career, yes. But he's also like, if the opportunity comes where, you know, just doesn't work out, he's got a backup plan where he'll go to school. And so I think that he does, but like, it's hard work at the same time. So, I mean, some days I'll ask him and he'll say yes, some days I'll ask him, he'll say no. So we'll just kind of see. We have another year and a half here in Okinawa, Japan, and then I think we can renew or sign more years of the contract. I'm not completely sure, sorry. But yeah, I think that he wants to make it a career, so we'll just kind of see. And I hope that he does, because it's secure, you know, the security of knowing that he has a job and knowing that we have a place to live is nice. So, bonus question, well, not really question, but like point, I guess, 26. If you could say anything to him, what would it be? Well, I'm going to say that thank you so much, babe, for supporting our little family of 2 kitties. And I'm very proud of you for being the man that you have become. I know that this was a rocky road, but I love you and thank you so much. And I know that sacrificing football season is tough, but we're getting through it. So yes, I love you, and yeah, that's my message to you, babe. Mwah. Well, all right, that was my my military spouse tag, I answer 25 plus 1 question. And if you felt like you wanted to answer some of these questions, then awesome, feel free to do so. And I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!